Imagine this, a cold rainy night, a lonely single mom struggling to make ends meet, her tired hands gripping the steering wheel of her old car. She never thought that one unexpected encounter would change her life forever. Before we dive into this powerful journey of love, redemption, and second chances, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like these remind us that miracles can happen when we least expect them. Sarah was exhausted. She worked 2 jobs just to keep food on the table for her little daughter, Emma. Her nights were often long, her mornings rushed, and loneliness had become her silent companion. Driving for a rideshare company was her second job, the one she took just so Emma could have a proper school uniform and maybe a birthday cake every year. That night, as the rain tapped against her windshield, she got a request from an upscale hotel downtown. She sighed, knowing it meant driving into the wealthy part of the city where people lived lives she could only dream of. When she arrived, she saw him. A tall man in a sharp but slightly rumpled suit, leaning unsteadily against the hotel's glass doors. His eyes were heavy, his steps clumsy, clearly drunk. That man was Ethan Cole, a powerful CEO known in the business world for his ruthless decisions and untouchable image. But right then, in front of Sarah, he didn't look powerful at all. He looked broken. He staggered into her car, mumbling his address. Sarah glanced at him through the rearview mirror, seeing not just a drunk man, but someone fighting invisible battles. The ride was quiet, except for the sound of rain and Ethan's occasional sighs. Sarah kept her focus on the road, but she couldn't help asking softly, "Rough night?" Ethan chuckled bitterly, his voice heavy with something more than alcohol. "Rough life." That answer lingered in the air, and though they didn't speak again until she reached his mansion, something in that moment connected them. Sarah helped him to his door, her hand steady on his arm. For a second, Ethan looked at her with tired eyes, and whispered, "You're the first person tonight who's treated me like a human being." She didn't know why, but those words pierced through her. She smiled politely, wished him good night, and drove away, never expecting to see him again. But fate had other plans. The next day, Ethan called the rideshare company asking for her specifically. At first, Sarah thought it was a mistake. Why would a man like him want to ride in her beat-up old car? Yet soon, it became a routine. Ethan started booking rides just to sit in the passenger seat and talk. Sometimes about his stressful company, other times about memories of his late parents, and sometimes about nothing at all. For the first time in years, he had someone who listened without judgment. And for Sarah, who had spent so long feeling invisible, his attention lit a spark she had forgotten she had. Still, it wasn't easy. Sarah's heart warned her not to get involved. She was a single mom, her priority was Emma, and men like Ethan belonged in a different world. But Ethan kept showing up, not with grand gestures, but with sincerity. He visited her at the diner where she worked mornings, not caring about the curious stares. He bought Emma a new set of art supplies after learning she loved to draw, but he gave them to Sarah first, saying, "Only if you're okay with it." He didn't try to buy his way into their lives, he tried to earn it. Challenges came, of course. The people around Ethan didn't approve. His business partners whispered that a CEO couldn't be seen with a single mom who worked 2 jobs. Sarah's relatives warned her she'd only get hurt. And Sarah herself feared that when the excitement wore off, Ethan would realize she wasn't good enough for his world. One night, overwhelmed, she told him, "You deserve someone glamorous, Ethan. Not someone who can barely pay rent." But Ethan's reply silenced her doubts. He looked her in the eyes and said, "Sarah, I've had glamorous. I've had money, fame, everything that sparkles. But none of that held me together when I was falling apart. You did. Your kindness, your strength, that's what I've been searching for my whole life." Slowly, Sarah allowed herself to believe it. Their relationship grew not from fairy tale perfection, but from real struggles, school runs, work shifts, business pressures, sleepless nights. They became partners in the truest sense, lifting each other when the other fell. Emma, too, blossomed with Ethan's gentle support, finding in him not just a father figure but a friend. Months later, Ethan made a bold choice. He stepped down temporarily from his CEO role, realizing that his health and happiness mattered more than chasing endless deals. He wanted to build a life where love and family came first. And standing by his side, Sarah finally felt what it meant to be truly seen and cherished. Their story became one of hope, that even in the darkest times, unexpected encounters can bring light. A lonely single mom who once thought love had passed her by, and a broken CEO who believed nothing could heal him, found each other on a rainy night. And together, they built not just a love story, but a home filled with laughter, resilience, and second chances. So if you've ever felt invisible, or if life has convinced you that miracles don't happen anymore, let Sarah and Ethan's story remind you otherwise. Love finds us when we least expect it, often in the simplest acts of kindness. And who knows? Your rainy night could be the beginning of your own forever. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this.